You know what's insane, chat? Back then, cyberpunk was because people were trying to be like, in 2030, flying cars will exist, you know? And cyberpunk was kind of a warning for a hypothetical reality that people were trying to aim for. Nowadays, it kind of feels more like it's just a warning, and that freaks the out of.
Well, you know what? Reality is always stranger than fiction, they say. You can never predict where things are going to go.
Moment for me that made me like, oh my god, this is really scary, and people are excited about it, but me personally, I was like, this is really creepy, and this is gonna be so random. But it was ever since systems like Alexa or Google Home or like Siri, shit like that, like got invented. I still remember that, like the moment it was invented, it's like, oh, you can control stuff in your home digitally through voice, blah blah blah, and it's like a smart home system, and you can be like, close the doors, close the blinds, can't heat up my shower, and you can do it verbally. The moment it got created, people were so hyped about it. I was so scared. Like I got scared shitless, and I remembered my friends were talking about like, oh my god, I kind of like, my ideal home is a house that is like super smart house. Until today, chat, I refuse. Until I die, I refuse to own anything like that. I am too f***ing afraid. Okay, like I'm afraid. No, because think about chat. Well, I'm gonna sound like those conspiracy theorists, but like the idea that a device is listening to you 24/7 scares the living shit out of me.
Here's the difference: is I think the tech is cool. The issue is that the companies who run the tech greedy hell, bro. They want your money and your information. They're invasive as fuck. That's what, like, the tech itself is cool. You just can't trust the intentions of the people who run the tech.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I know people like, so your phone, like I know my phone does that, but I'm talking like if it controls your whole house. You know what I mean? Like if let's say you connected your smart system to your locks and one day it just locks, like that's scary. I don't know how to explain it. Even CCTVs, they scared the living shit out of me. You want to know a funny story, by the way, chat? This was a long time ago, and I said that, like, I mean, I lived in my old apartment at that time, and I had this one guy that was like he was like one of those like Harry haters, so he was sending me death threats, right? I know this sounds really dark, but trust me, it was like one of those funnier things. At one point, I was so like distraught by it that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hand this over to my manager because I'm like spooked the out. And my manager read through it, and they were like, I know what you've been doing. I can see you through your CCTV, and I know what you've been doing. I see what you've been blah blah, and I'm gonna leak these pictures because I screenshot, like I took a picture from your CCTV. And that was my gotcha moment, bro. I know you're fucking bluffing, because one, I didn't leave my apartment. Two, I know the CCTVs in my apartment aren't that good, and three, I don't have CCTVs because I'm scared of CCTVs, because I think that if I have a CCTV, one day the CCTV is gonna stare at me, and I don't know why it's staring at me, and it's gonna be a robot. So it was a gotcha moment. And the moment my manager's like, oh my god, Michi, I'm not trying to freak you out, but they said that they hacked into your home security system and your CCTV, and I was like, gotcha. I don't have a home security system. I actually live very unprotected and on the edge because I don't have a home security system. I have a deadbolt, and I don't have a CCTV, and the only webcam I have is taped to the fucking ceiling. So if you turn it on, you will see nothing. And that was a gotcha moment for me, man. Damn.
She had a gotcha. Home security is fun. I mean, I was thinking about the last time I left a place that I lived at alone, and I forgot to what was it? I left to go to TwitchCon last year, and when I drove down from where I lived, and when I drove back, the door was open. I never actually closed the door.
But it's safe, right?
I mean, nothing happened. That could have been.
Someone said, "Don't disclose these details, please." This was in my old apartment, chat. It was still with my roomie. I'm not gonna tell you the system I have now. Okay. Also, at that time, I was broke, so it kind of helped. So it's like
real.
Yeah,
she's like, just like me.
People are like, I know your home security. I can't afford it. Are you crazy? So I was like, you're so funny.
I have such a like, it's in God's hands, bro. Whatever happens, bro, it's between me and God.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I thought about it. I mean, at one point, chat, I'm not gonna tell you my security system now. If I have one, maybe I do. Maybe I'm debating it. Okay, you want to know something so funny? At one point, I had that lock that's like a sliding lock, right? Because we had a key. This is my old apartment. We had a key and I lost my key, even though I never leave. Like I lost it somewhere and I was too lazy to look for it. So I borrowed my roomie's key to go outside, and then I actually lost it. So at one point we just couldn't lock the doors, and then we installed like the sliding lock. Now some of you might wonder, how the fuck do you lock your door? So our doors were very thin because we lived kind of like dingy, but our doors were thin, and we got like this big metallic sliding lock. So what you do is, oh my god, Cow goes you're insane. What you do is you have a magnet, so you don't lock it fully. You don't like, because you slide it and then you lock it in place. You don't do that. You slide it a little bit, right? So it's enough that if you open the door, you can't have it open. But with the magnet, if you go through the gap of the door and you just tilt it, it's that's how we did that for like a week, I think, and then we got a locksmith. That was so fucking funny. Thank you, Cow Goes Mudo, for the 100 bucks. Oh my god,
$100.
what the hell, you're insane. Yeah, the tilt unlock system, man, we had that for a week, but then we got the guy in because my roomie's like, this is so fucking ridiculous.
You live a sitcom life, truly.
It was so fucking good. We live on the edge, but in my defense, okay, I'd like to think that if something bad happens, you know what, I did my time, and it's all right. I did my good old time. But back then, I still remember that was my biggest gotcha moment. They're like, I tapped into your home security, I have hacked your CCTV, and I'm like, but I don't even have a functioning TV. And that stands because I took that unfunctioning TV to my new apartment. Does it work? No. The people are like, I know, you're lies. I don't even have a TV that works because I couldn't afford to fix it or buy a new one. And eventually I just learned to live without a TV. Yeah, I literally have a TV as a like a broken TV as decoration. It looks like we're rich. I was obsessed with the idea of like, it looks good.
It looks like we're rich. I also don't own, I don't watch TV. So the only reason I have one is because I was like, oh, it would be good to have as like a third monitor, or as like to play console games on. That never happened. I don't need this TV, bro.
But CCTV?
I mean, the most common one, yeah. CCTV, that's weird, but I'll be real, the most that I have ever seen people try to be like scam me or friends I know is always the classic, like, I have photos of you masturbating. I'm gonna show them to everyone you love if you don't give me 1 Bitcoin. That's the one that I always knew about.
Okay, you wanna know something so funny? I've never gotten anything like that. And I feel like a lot of the people I know has gotten like scams like that before. I've never gotten any of them, and I don't know what that says.
I think that as a content creator, more like, that's not really a scam. That's gonna really, I don't think scams like that fly with most content creators. So they're gonna try to do something that's a little bit more believable. Like if you're just an average dude and you don't know too much and you browse the internet and you feel like you just don't really practice internet safety, and some person's like, I saw what you looked up in Goon 2. I'm going to tell everybody. Dude, tell all your family.
I think at one point, and thanks for reminding me to change the category, by the way. If people do that to me, I would also, dude, I fucking say that for free. That information is out there in the public. Y'all know what I fucking look for. So I don't know. I tell chat what I look for. I have a very hyper specific category. Chat knows. That's the thing. Maybe that's why I'm okay with a lot of things, because not a lot of things. I have skeleton in my closets, but the skeleton in my closet is like, I don't tell you guys because it's very it's mono. They're like, I'm a very open book. I do have skeleton in my closet, don't get me wrong, but the reasons I keep them private is either for security, or if it's like an actual bad thing that happened. It's very depressing. So it's not something that you're like, gotcha. It's like, okay, well, I'm okay with people knowing. It's just, this is gonna be really fucking sad. So I just choose not to tell anyone. It's sad.
It's just a thing of like, people, there's just some things that people don't need to know about, and that's okay.
It's like damn,
there are just
girl,
some things that people don't need to know.
Like if one day someone goes like, I will expose you for your, I have like, you know, a deep dark secret. If someone's like, I'm gonna tell your deepest darkest secret to everybody, it's like, I will not be okay with it. Not because of privacy, but mostly it's like, you're gonna really kill the vibe. You're really gonna kill the vibe with that one, because that's a really, I don't know how you're gonna spin that story in a way that's gonna make it not as depressing as it sounds. So I'm like,
I always view it as like, yeah, I mean, there's not many things that I would hide. Like if we privately off stream, you asked me like a lot of like very like a lot of questions. Can't imagine there's too much that I actively would not tell you, but also like I would tell you because it's fine. But like the majority of people is just like, there's just some things that like some people just don't need to know because we ain't like that. We ain't
won't
like
ask
that, so
about
they
the
don't gotta know.
skeletons in your closet after you called in the Shut the up. That whole story is so whatever, chat. I do agree though. Sometimes it's a need to know basis, right? It's not that I'm like keeping it secret because it's super bad. It's just a need to know basis kind of a thing. But my favorite tidbit lore is no one really has ever been like, I'm gonna leak your nudes to me or anything like that. Because, well,
I mean, you're not that kind of content creator, I don't think so.
no, but I think like that is why people would kind of bluff on it. Also, another cool thing is I've never done it. And I have taken more spicy pictures, not naked, but it's like clothes that are more sexy looking. And I'm gonna be honest, damn, I kind of look snatched in those pictures. So if you're gonna leak it, don't do it.
No, don't do it.
Don't leak it when my body looked really tea. No, guys.
Guys, don't. No.
A picture where I actually had an ass. I actually had a time in my life where I had an ass, chat. It's not super true, but it's like, Mona, I was about to raid you.